WWE podcast. Welcome to an episode here with Rocky T and the Gardner, and today we're just gonna go with it. It's been a while since we've been able to really link up. A lot of changes have gone on in both of our lives, and both of our foundations were rocked in one way or another. And we're just happy that tonight we're able to not only be here with y'all, but be here with each other. So, Gardner, how have you been? Tell me what's going on and what have you seen lately in wrestling?
Well, I've been okay, and I've gone through a lot, as you have also, and people don't know about that. We don't really want to actually embrace people with our lives, our personal lives. However, I will say that it has been trying over the summer, but everything's okay. And I miss working with you, Rocky, and I miss working with you one-on-one. So this is going to be a great day for us to do something. Life is good. It's getting cooler here in Louisville. It's about I want to say somewhere around 60 degrees today, and this evening, and it feels great. And I just kind of embrace that cooler weather and just trying to look forward to doing like better things. But as far as wrestling goes, we have a lot to discuss because wrestling is kind of strange these days. So we can have a little bit of fun with this.
Yeah, and before we actually talk about what's going on in today's wrestling, I just want to talk about what happened on this day in wrestling history. Today being September 11th, 2024. This is per TJRWrestling.net. On this day, in September 11th, the first thing on the list is WWE Raw and WCW Nitro went head-to-head for the first time in the infamous Monday Night Wars. That was the first thing on the list. In 97, on September 11th, we had WrestleFest 50 Years of Funk. And the year 2000, WWE Commissioner Mick Foley began the investigation of who ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, dear.
So, yeah. And also in the year 2000, wedding bells were in the air when on Nitro, David Flair was set to marry Stacy Keibler. I never saw that one. 2001 was a taping of SmackDown held here in Houston, Texas. It was canceled with the aftermath of the infamous terrorist attack, which because of today, 9/11. So that was a SmackDown that was canceled. And Lillian Garcia sang America's Beautiful to kick off WWE Raw for Unforgiven at Madison Square Garden. And this was the 5th anniversary of 9/11 in 2006. So a few things. 2014 NXT presents TakeOver. And then let's see what else is here. Anything else good on the list? Get a little closer to 2016. Nope, that's about it. So a few things from today, but moving on. You said that there was a weird time that we're going through. I feel like I'm just going through a weird time in life too. But what is catching your eye these days, Mr. Gardner?
Well, right now in wrestling, we are having somewhat of a renaissance and somewhat of a building, a rebuilding. But all these stars that they thought they were going to be big a few years ago are faltering. So you look at like your street profits, they're doing what? They're back in NXT doing things. You look at, Shayna Baszler should have been something bigger than she is, and she's floundering. And I don't mean that in a bad way. And Shayna, if you're listening, please don't beat my ass. But I'm looking at like the product as a whole. First of all, we came off a great pay-per-view and PLE, whatever you want to call it. You still have to pay for it. You still have to pay for it. So I'm looking at Punk versus McIntyre was great, and I think that's going to be a great series, and that's amazing. But I'm also looking at, okay, do we really need Gunther going against Sami Zayn? What's going on here? Okay, take me back to earth here.
Well, we're at the end of the year, and Sami was the last guy to be Gunther, so that one kind of makes the most sense to be the first challenger to get us through this month until we get into the last quarter of the year. But I know you kind of feel like you're seeing the same program again, but there's a different title involved this time, right? But this time it's time for Gunther to go over. It's just, unfortunately, Sammy is going to be the first stepping stone for Gunther's reign.
Absolutely. And it's just, there's so much more that you could build on this. There's so much more that you could build on this. I just don't think that it has the same attraction that SmackDown does with the Bloodline thing. So we're looking at a very weak storyline. And I get the fact that, Canada, Bret Hart, Sami Zayn's Canadian, and everything else. And I just don't get like how this is going to really put eyeballs on any kind of PLE.
For the people out there who respect Gunther and want to see him beat Sammy, there is a niche crowd there. So it may not be a high percentage of the WWE universe, but people want to see it, right? People want to see it so we can get past it to we can get to the program that we're waiting for, which we're yet to see who they're going to put in front of them that's going to make us, like you say, sell the tickets and be that main event. So, or PLE worthy match. What is our next PLE? Let's see. Let's get the list for the rest of the year.
Is it Bad Blood, maybe?
October, that's right.
So I'd still stick with Halloween Havoc because I think they own the rights to it and it'd be more fun, especially with if you're going to blow off a pay-per-view or PLE, whatever you want to call it, at least have everybody dress up and be goofy a little bit. Not like AEW goofy, but just goofy.
Well, they used Havoc over there on NXT, so it's still alive. It's just not in a stadium. It's just in a NXT arena, performance arena. Let's see.
So my next question for you is, where do you see any stars being built at this point? Because we have Braun Breaker, who he can run the ropes, he can do everything else, but you don't really have a viable person to go against him. And we don't have anybody that is really going to go against Damian Priest because they don't know what to do with him. So there's two lost causes right there that are in very high potential situations. So what do we do?
That's a good question because there's so much talent wrapped up in these factions and these multi-people storylines, and they're not really focusing on the new talent. There's some new talent hanging around in NXT that maybe they could come up in a few years. You guys, your Ethan Pages and you got Obama Femi, you got a big guy there and him. But these guys are still a few years away from coming up, and then even that, to make an impact. You have Braun there. They could build a little bit more with Dragunov. If you've seen Dragunov perform enough in NXT, you believe that he's believable. He did go toe to toe. Yeah, he's definitely believable. It's very unfortunate that I feel like KO is a Triple H guy, but it's still fortunate that he's been 7+ years without a singles gold, and I don't know. I really would like to know what that's about. Is he one of them vets who doesn't want the gold and just wants to help keep putting over guys, and I don't know. Is it just me, or does Kevin just seem like going through the motions? Nothing. I know he's breaking the fourth wall a lot, and he's trying to be meta and all this, but I feel like his heart's not in it, and in the ring he's just. I mean, they're still solid matches. They're not 5-star matches, but still solid. But he was a guy that I thought they would at least give another chance, And then he's been used for just to put over these other guys, like Cody and Roman over and over.
Let me explain something about Kevin Owens. Kevin Steen, that's the way I was introduced to him, like watching Ring of Honor and PWG and all those offshoots. If he didn't want it, he wouldn't be in shape. He's in the best shape of his life.
Uh-huh.
There's something more in the plans for him. Now, it might be tag teams, whatever else, but the point is he has something more build into what they're doing for a storyline for him. But it's just not main event. It's not main event. And it's probably going to be like a reuniting with Sami Zayn, which was I don't understand why you did such like a big reuniting to just end it in 6 months or something like that earlier. So I think that Kevin Owens, he's going to be in the upper card, but he's not going to be winning anything anytime soon. I mean, what do you think?
No, I think you're right, and just gonna hang around, and then we'll just basically just hang around there. You have these other talents where I guess NXT is the foundation where they're building, right? So we do have a next crop of people who can steer the ship and carry us into the later part of the decade. You got names like Ethan Page and Roxanne Perez, Kalani Jordan, and Oba Femi. You got a lot of young guys here. The guys on the main roster that's still being underutilized. Finn Balor. LA Knight's finally made the championship tier, so he's gonna hang around there. We'll know if he'll ever get to the championship tier. I'm just right, like you say, it's weird right now because I feel like our big stars are gonna Roman on his schedule. For example, he's one of our biggest stars, but he's on that part-time schedule. So who is our full-time guy? We have Cody, but there's not enough younger talent. These guys are older. There's not enough younger talent I don't see the next Gunther. I don't see the next Seth or the next Roman. Like, I'm looking up and down the roster right now as I'm talking. I see some guys that can hold it for a while. Jey Uso can hold it for a while there. You could put some gold on him. If they would do something with Bronson Reed, he's had some good vignettes over the past couple months here and there. It's just going up and down this roster. After we run out of the Bloodline story, after we run out of the whenever Punk is finally out of gas, if Cody gets injured, if Rollins is still injured, like who's next? Like there's somebody's gonna have to step up, and they're gonna have to step up fast.
You're absolutely right, and here's the thing: like when they did the NXT to NXT 2.0, and Vince only wanted people who were like legitimate athletes from college, brother. How many of those people actually succeeded? Jack Point, nothing. Very few. Maybe 2, 3. When Triple H was signing indie stars who actually knew how to wrestle, how many of them made it to the main roster? Well, we have a differential.
Yeah.
So seeing that, it's like funny, like these people who don't want to be wrestlers, but they're getting signed, they're getting money. Like, okay, be a wrestler. We'll give you $100,000 a year to train. Thank you. $100,000 would be nice in my bank account. And they don't care, and that's why they suck, and that's why Swerve Strickland was like the best part of his whole, because he was the only wrestler who was a wrestler, and everybody around him was garbage. And that's what it became. So I don't know where it's going as far as the future. I think that Triple H, now that he is in charge, is going to go back to doing what he was doing and signing indie stars. Probably being a little bit more selective than he was before, but he did the same thing that Vince McMahon did. He signed a babyface and a heel from every indie, whereas Vince signed a babyface and a heel from every territory, and then everybody else could just be flushed down the toilet.
Yeah.
And that's the way they're going. It's like these people in NXT are just, it's hard to watch because it's hard to digest, because it's hard to incorporate. Like, are these people going to be here next week, or do we even care? Or do they have a character? Do they have a gimmick? Do they have anything? So that's where I am on that.
Well, we know. Well, you know what? Let's get to the contract list. The contracts are going to be coming up, and the contracts that are, or maybe have been extended, because this will give us an idea of what the landscape is going to be for the next year, right? Because looking at the WWE roster page right now, we'll go back to it. Right now, I'm looking at right now in WWE, there are former AEW stars that are champions. That is Ethan Page as your NXT champion, Jay Cargill as the tag team champion, and of course Cody. These people are AEW. Well, Cody's not homegrown, but the other two are. But the fact is that they were from there. So who else might be jumping over that can make a difference and give us some more storylines and some more rivals and matches that we didn't even know that we wanted? Now, these first three names on the list, I know that you're gonna love that they're probably gonna be gone, or who knows if they'll resign. So the first one, through December of 2024, Kofi Kingston, Big E, and Xavier Woods.
Well, Big E, I don't know why they keep re-upping his contract. At this point, no one knows why he is still employed. And this is not anything as a knock on him. I know he's like one of the strongest guys in the world, but brass tacks and baseball bats, he hasn't touched a ring in 2.5 years.
I think he's scared.
I think he can't do it. I think he's sick. Like, I don't want to say sick, but just his body cannot take it. So you transition him into a backstage role.
Well, he's been doing the commentary for the pre-shows for the PLEs lately.
Yeah, but that's basically what's going to happen to him, because I think that his neck just got so destroyed that there's nothing he can do. If he could, like, look, they put 2 years into Orton being on the shelves. We're looking at almost, 3 years?
At least.
Yeah. So this guy is not going to be in the ring again. So what do? You could re-up his contract, and you could make him a commentator, and I'm sure he'd be a good commentator as long as it doesn't go the like all the stupid and booty cakes and all that stuff. Like,
yeah,
his best role would be a heel commentator.
Okay,
that's where he's going to make his most money, just like Taz.
Gotcha. I can see that. Yeah. All right. Moving on. Through 2024, per FIFO report, Kevin Owens. You think they're going to resign? You think he resigns? What do you think?
Obviously.
What kind of deal you think he gets?
What do I think he gets? Probably $1.5 million. I'd say he gets probably 4 years at $1.5 million a year. And he's a great promo. He's a great wrestler. He's getting himself way more in shape. That's obviously something that I pointed out earlier. But the point is, when it comes down to Kevin Owens, he's got a lot left in the tank. There's a few people who do not. He's not letting himself.
That's true. Kevin Owens just turned 40 this year. A little perspective.
Jesus Lord.
So
I feel old. And Kevin is a talent that they're going to use, and then he's going to turn into the next Jericho. And he's going to put people over. I really feel like that's going to be his call.
He needs to win a championship and keep it. I think he needs to turn heel and be just maybe not even like a super heel, just like poke the eyes for a schoolboy pin, use the tights to get some pins, use the ropes, put his feet in the ropes to get some pins behind the referee's back, little things like that. I think Kevin Owens, as likable as he is, he could even adopt some Eddie Guerrero traits, and he could even cheat light and steal. I think he can get away with something like that if he wanted to, if stay a babyface. But either way, I think they re-sign him for I hope another 5-10 years. But next, this is probably going to be your favorite wrestler on the list, and he signed through 2025. The Miz.
Just go away. Just go away. Worst wrestler in history. Worst example of
must-see WWE
being,
champion.
I mean, he's not the Great Khali, but dear Lord, Tito Santana did it better. We've talked about this. If Tito Santana could do it better than you, Tito Santana should have been the world champion. And he could do it better than The Miz in every way.
Okay, I don't want to get down a rabbit hole. Dragon Lee through 2025, and Chad Gable through June of 27, as well as Angel Garza. And then until late 2027, per Fightful report, the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows.
All right, so let's take it one by one. Hit me first.
Okay, Chad Gable through 2027.
Chad Gable will never have the stank of being Shorty G washed off of him, just like Shinsuke Nakamura could never have the stank of losing fairly to Jinder Mahal.
Okay, Angel Garza. Yeah, he did.
Garza.
He's in Delgado Fantasma with.
No, Garza's good. Garza's good. Just sign him, work with him. I have no problem with that. Yeah.
Good Brothers, both of them through late 2027.
What do they mean anymore?
We got 3 years of them. I mean, they're.
What do they mean? So, I think it's going to be more go down to NXT and help people and teach people to be tag teams. But do you realize how many members of the Bullet Club are actually in WWE at this point?
Only because you pointed it out, but I'm sure the listeners don't know. Should tell them.
I don't have the number on me, but we have AJ, we have Finn, we have the Good Brothers, we have Tonga Tamaloga. Shoot, we have so many people that are there, and it's just like it grows.
Hikaloa has been signed.
Yes, Hikaloa.
He's there.
So I kind of see that could be something different and interesting. Like fantasy booking would be reform the Bullet Club and just do it all right and go against the Bloodline or the Judgment Day, whatever you want, whatever your dish of rice is going to be.
That might work. Would have to break away Finn from Judgment Day if he's gonna originate, but a lot of strings there to be pulled. All right, let's move on to this next two family members. Through late 2027, we got Rey Mysterio until late 2028, Dominic Mysterio.
So Rey needs to retire.
Legends contract, of course, Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because his body is not going to put up with much more. Of course, Dominic's going to resign. I mean, of course, Dominic's making millions of dollars. So
just in merch.
Yeah, I mean, and that's
look at some
his basic is so much more than you and I make every day combined. So yeah, it's just one of those deals, bro. But yeah, Rey, I want to see Rey go out in a good match. I want to see Rey have like the best match of his life. Honestly, like the person he should be wrestling is the person he can't wrestle because he's too broken out, is Conan.
And you don't think they send Ray out on his knees to Dominic?
No.
What if Dominic somehow turns babyface and they reunite, and then Ray's like, "Son, I want to wrestle you for my last match," and then Dominic wins finally, fair and square, with no kind of outside interference, as a babyface, sends him off, good feeling, hugs and kisses and confetti and everything. Bye, thank you, Rey Mysterio.
But how do you do it? What's the finish?
I,
So Dominic, his finish is the frog splash.
yep.
So he has to finish off Ray with something like the 619 or something like that.
Well, instead of doing the, or when Ray jumps off, he does that where he tucks his hands behind his body and does a splash. So instead of Dom doing the actual frog splash, and maybe he does not, or yeah, he would have to do the Eddie salute, but then he wouldn't do the frog splash. He would do the Rey Mysterio splash, the way or just a 619, the way Ray used to do it.
Be a spectacle. I
Yeah.
I'd have to look at it a little bit more.
You have to have mom, sister ringside, and his like his actual wife, and yeah. But anyways, that's one way to go. But because we know those guys are gonna be around for. I mean, even if Ray's just backstage or just with the company doing whatever podcasts and stuff for the video game advertising, this and that, and things like that. So I don't know. We will see. All right, where we at next on this list that I lost because I was looking for the salary list, which I found.
Son
All right.
of a fish.
What happened? I got it. All right. So we're in 2024. So for the next 5 years until April 2029, we got Finn Balor and Randy Orton until late 2029. Confirmed by Fightful Report.
Wow.
I think that's kind of a no-brainer. Like, why wouldn't they be signed? We know Randy. There's one more on this list that I think I was very surprised. Real quick, my guy runs through 2029, Booker T. But the one that surprised me here, in 2019, he signed a 15-year deal until 2034. Who is it?
2019 to 20.
He signed in 2019. He signed a 15-year deal. He's retired.
He's retired.
Right now, he's retired. That's your only clue. Undertaker.
Oh, Nikes.
Yeah, it is. I was surprised that they gave him a 15-year deal, but if they're gonna keep using his merch, that makes sense. They're making a shitload. They made a lot of merch off of me since he retired, merch money. But let's move into All Elite Wrestling because there's a few names here that I think maybe make a difference coming to WWE. First name on the list, well, this was through September, around September. It says nothing specific, but with Ray Phoenix report is that through Fightful report, contract ending. So that's part of we're thinking if they're going to show up in WWE along with Penta. Penta's name is not on this list. Let's see.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird.
So I heard that. I mean, they're brothers. They're always a tandem, so they have to.
Yeah. Yeah. So Penta's name's on the list, but the things I've been seeing is that they don't want to go to NXT. I think that's one of their stipulations that first of all they're a package deal, and then they don't want to go to NXT. But who are they going to put against them to wrestle the lucha style? That's what I'm worried about. I think you could throw him in there with Pablo Escobar and his crew, and LWO. Yeah, LWO. All those guys for good 6 months.
Easily. Easily.
Uh,
I mean, that to adapt and then see like what the WWE style, the main event style is, as what Sean Waltman used to call it. So, yeah, I could see that. I could see that that's what they would do. That's it makes the most sense.
does. So, do you think Soraya, known as Paige, ever comes back to WWE? Her contract is through September as well, so she might already be out of. We're in October. We're almost halfway through, so she might already be out of it. And I think she's been on TV for a while now.
Legends contract.
Legends contract. Well, speaking of Legends contract, this is a real Legends contract coming up. His contract also through September of 2024, and that is Dustin Rhodes. What does he do? Does he come back? Is he backstage? Does he show up? Does he ever escort Cody to the ring? What do you think?
All of it.
All of it? I think
All
so
of it.
too.
All of it.
I don't
All of it.
I don't see how you don't. I just how don't like how. Wow. I mean that one's gonna be good. March of 2025, Mr. Jim Ross will be released for not released, but his contract will be done for over there. Do they bring him back? He's not in the Hall of Fame, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Is he? He is. Okay.
Yes.
So then he wouldn't need, there's no big return for him. Um, all right. Let's see. Through December of 2025, Chris Jericho. He's got to come back to be inducted. Do you think he resigns?
No.
Oh.
Jericho. Look, Jericho and I have the same birthday. He aged well, and I aged well, but now I'm fearing the next few years because I saw how much he aged in those years. This is what I have to say about Jericho. Let it go. I love you. Let it go. To me, the most versatile wrestler in history was Chris Jericho. People can argue anybody else, but Chris Jericho was the most versatile wrestler that reinvented himself over and over again. He did it like Madonna. So, with that being said, what I'd like to see is go into the Hall of Fame, call it a day.
Maybe call it a day. Not one more match, but yeah, definitely call it a day and sell some merch more, man. Just sell some merch. Drink it in, man. All right, so let's see. Oh, it's Miro, early 2026.
Does anybody care?
Was he a Triple H guy? I mean,
he was a bodybuilding guy that had a terrible moveset. I can kick, I can punch, I can body slam, I can elbow drop, and I can do the camel clutch. Why would anybody want him on their roster? Seriously, why would anybody want him on their roster? And then he shows up in AEW to say, I can kick, I can punch, I can body slam, and I can do a camel clutch. But I have a pink t-shirt on. The guy is a joke. It's not that he's bad. It's just he's not good. He's not good at all.
but there's a lot of guys over there that are not good, but they're all getting paid. Alex Reynolds, Evil Uno, John Silver, Kip Saban, Scorpio Sky, Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole.
Oh, Scorpio Sky is good.
I know he is. I know. I just wanted to see if you were going to stop me. No, he really is good. He definitely does not get the credit he should. FTR is going to be there until April of 2027. Are they going to have anything left in the tank to come be tag team champions and WWE again? What do you think?
Who knows how this goes? To be
What
honest.
What about the plumber, John Moxley, through 2027?
I would say He'll go back to WWE. I really think that he will do that just because he got to show his fun, his CZW fun on a big scale, and now it's like, okay, well, I had a taste of the big money, and I got so much merch sales over there. I'm going back over there.
Until 2027, Malachi Black. And here in parentheses, it says almost 5 years left. Like, people are, well, that was from July 2022, but people are wanting him back. Young
Black
Bucks
will
are
go.
never. Yeah, Black will go back. Young Bucks never.
Black will go back. No, the Bucks, no, God, no. WWE's never going to sign them.
No, and Swerve just resigned, so he's over there for a handful more years.
Swerve is talented. So there's a difference there between he and the Bucks, and they're trampoline wrestling. So
let's see. I got a small list here of TNA guys. Want to go over them? Any of them make a difference for you now that we got a little TNA crossover / Forbidden Door opening with WWE and NXT?
Okay.
Eric Young, Rich Swann, PCO, Brian Myers, Speedball, Mike Bailey, AJ Francis, Jordan Grace. She's definitely going to break out from over there. Josh Alexander, Killer Kelly, Zaya Brookside, and Moose.
All right. So take it one by one.
Eric Young is working without a contract.
Eric Young worked for WWE for a year behind the scenes. There's a lot of skill to him as far as his brain goes, as far as his in-ring goes. He's okay. He created characters. I think that he's really good at creating characters, but brass tacks and baseball bats, let's get down to it. Honestly, it's a curious thing. It's a curious thing with Eric Young. Next.
Rich Swann. Remember Rich Swann?
He's a poor man Swerve.
Poor man Swerve.
He is. He really is. He's not bad. He's not bad. He's great, but he's like with Swerve on top of the world. You look the same. You work the same. Like, come on.
That's funny. I don't know. Brian Myers. Let's see. I don't know this guy. You know him?
Yeah, he's a jobber. So next.
Jobber. Speedball, Mike Bailey.
I don't know what to think about this guy. I do not know what to think about this guy.
Well, let's not think about him. Oh, he ain't got no shoes. That's it. He's off my list. That's the one thing that I hate to riddle about. I can't trust a guy who doesn't wear shoes. I can't trust a guy who no.
But you couldn't say that about Kevin Von Erich, and he was amazing. So
okay, let's move it. AJ Francis, also known as Top Dollar, he ain't coming back. He was already moved out, garbage. Shipped out. He's garbage. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. He was just a big flop dollar.
Yeah.
Jordan Grace, she's probably the biggest standout over there. She's doing I believe right now she's got the Open Challenge. That's what she's got going on right now. I believe she's coming to NXT to do that.
Well, now that I'm single, if Jordan Grace needs a challenge, I live in Louisville, Kentucky. Next.
Josh Alexander.
Amazing guy.
Is he?
Yes, he is amazing.
I've heard the name a lot, but
he has to get rid of the headgear. That's going to it will set him apart. But he is amazing. He's amazing.
I'll check him out. What about Moose?
Just another brick. He's not bad. He needs to define some charisma, because he is just Marcus Corvon .2 if he doesn't.
He still got a couple years over there through 2028, but we'll see how that turns out for him. So let's see what else is going on, because there's a lot of stuff out. You said that you had watched Collision. Was that the one before or after the All In pay-per-view?
It was half-assed, to be honest with you, because it was so bad. Like, seriously, after you and I and Mav and everybody like was covering it, after you lost Punk and you lost FTR, and then you just put in Phil.
Yeah, MJ got it for. Yeah, it was bad. It is bad. Not was. It is really, really bad. The ratings just are bombing. Ticket sales are bombing. They're distributing tickets. They're having to give out tickets to the local radio stations to fill those seats, so they're not even all paid seats. Real quick, I want to get your thoughts. What do you think about the spot they did with the BBC turning on Daniel Bryanson, with the passive back spot that hadn't been done since forever and a day ago with Terry Funk and who is it? Who did it? Flair. Did you see it?
I saw it, but you're not getting it.
I'm not. I'm just going off
the
of
Nexus. What happened when the Nexus debuted?
They attacked John Cena and tore up the ringside.
And why did Daniel Bryan get fired?
I don't remember.
Because he took a microphone cord and choked commentator. That was an homage. People don't get that. I get that. But I'm a wrestling historian. But it's true. He choked out, I don't know if it was Josh Matthews or whoever.
Justin Roberts.
There you go. Yeah.
With the tie. Because Bryan did not. So this is per the Sports Report, Sportster. Bryan did not realize WWE had a strict no choking rule that upset sponsors. WWE felt they had to fire Bryan to appease the sponsors, as he was the one who broke the rule. Wow. I never knew that.
Did you not see that? Come on, man.
I mean, when the Nexus 2010, where was I in 2010? I was watching wrestling, but I wasn't sitting down watching it. In 2010, I'm 22, 23 years old. I'm out living. So watching wrestling wasn't a priority for me at that time. Yeah, I kept up with it because my dad's always watched it religiously. I think this was around the time where I spent a lot of time like on Bleacher Report, like reading rumors and predicting what would have happened or what could have happened, and putting two and two together on my own. I remember seeing the Nexus debut, and I just wasn't super impressed with it. And I remember Daniel Bryan being like off and on TV, but back then I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, that actually was like, I think, an homage to the incident, but I don't think that Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson really wanted to have that moment happen. So what happens is you have this whole disgusting pay-per-view, and it was disgusting. And I'm not a light person, but I don't get like the pain when people want to watch pro wrestling, want to feel like and feel sick about it. You're going to get blood, you're going to get change, you're going to get everything, right? So that it was just something different. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Okay, I got you. But well, for anybody that didn't know, now you know. I didn't know or didn't remember, but man, you connect all these dots, and it's just like wow. But
Rocky, do you know the connections between the movie Psycho and the movie Halloween, the originals?
You already told me this, but I forgot. Tell me again.
Because in Halloween, Dr. Sam Loomis stopped how do I put this? So Dr. Sam Loomis stopped uh, Norman Bates, and so they reused that in Halloween as a different name, spelled different. Because if anybody could stop Norman Bates, they could stop Michael Myers. Also, the fact that Janet Leigh was the Scream Queen, and then her daughter, yeah.
I would never put that together. But all right, so that covers the list of our contracts, at least leading in or up until almost 2030. So for the next 6 years, that's the people that we can expect to be under contract. Um, a lot of big names were left off this list, so they must really be signed to 10, 12-year deals, and we won't see that list for a while. But a couple of interesting names here. But like I said, a lot of these people are going to be re-signed or moved over to WWE for Legends contracts, and I mean that's just what it's going to be, So a year from now, I mean, the people we got as champions now could still be champions. I mean, that's just kind of where we at with the landscape of challengers for the most part. Like our champions we have good champions across the board, but I don't know, the lack of the depth of the storylines and just creating the interest. And I mean, it's cool with these tag titles and these factions, but just too much interference, and it pisses me off. I just let these guys let them win. I don't need interference in every match. But I don't want to ramble too much. We are closing up our time. So let's say our goodbyes for this episode, and then we'll come back strong again with another one.
All right.
So for me, it's been a lot. I just want to get this out there real quick. I know last time we spoke, our last recording, I'd mentioned about the hurricane that came through and the leak in the roof and this and that. And well, the leak sprouted again, and the roof almost caved in. So Rocky T's in the middle of an emergency move right now, and I'll be buying my first house, and it is so stressful every step of the way. Every day is stressful because you're waiting and signing and inspecting and getting appraisals and everything and packing and it's just moving is such a B word, if you know what I mean. And it's
Ouch.
My apartment. It's downstairs. My mom's apartment. It's Kimberly's storage and moving and it's gonna be great. I'll be closer to work, but it's just, oh my god, I haven't had enough time for you, my friend, and I want to apologize to you. I know you got a lot going on, but
apologize to me.
I feel so bad because I don't really have time for Kimberly sometimes between work and school and
always loved Kimberly
and packing and then even my mom's like when are you gonna sit down and talk to me? And I'm just like, I'm talking with the voices in my head right now. Let me go finish with them. And it's a lot, but we are already towards the end of the year. So anybody out there that wants to take a load off a little bit, maybe for us or help us out. I know we got some more stuff. Is Mavs working on something right now? Or is he on a hiatus too?
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's on a little bit of hiatus too. Scully, everybody. But anyways, guys, Rocky T 0007. And you know what? My business line for T-Mobile. If anybody wants to reach out there, you can see it on my social media page. I have my QR code posted up now for my business. So take us out, Gardner.
0114. Sorry.
756 235.
Stop. 0144 Captain at, I guess it was Twitter. I don't.
We don't know.
Yeah. I miss everybody. I want to do a lot of more everything that we're doing. I miss you guys. And my producer here is Rocky T, and he is a beast, and he is great, and he's smart, and he's just the man that I need in my life.
Trying to produce, man, but it's hard. So I don't have the brain power.
Yeah.
There's so much wrestling going on every week. I can't catch up, keep up. It's crazy, but anyways.
And he got $800,000 microphone, so.
Hey, when I move into the house, I'm going to have space. I should have the quiet area that I need to set it up.
I love everybody
here.
All right, I love everybody here. So, good night.
Good night, guys. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the WWE Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a show, or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE Podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.